Hey, my name is Michael Zarick, and this is Third Space Indy. I have a very special episode today. I have been trying so hard to become friends with IndyGo, and Kayla finally reached out to me and said, I would love to talk about the news of the month with you for IndyGo. So I'm here to do some news and to talk to Kayla about who she is too, because I think that's important that you know, because in so many ways, like, I think we think of IndyGo as this distant, scary organization, but the people who work there are amazing, especially Kayla, who I'm trying to be best friends with one day. So first of all, hi Kayla, how you doing?
Hey, good morning.
Your face has been fixed.
Yes.
Because you got your wisdom teeth out, right?
Yes, and so trying to do outreach on the bus with having my face a little lopsided, because I couldn't feel the nerves. Was difficult, made talking a little bit hard.
Yeah,
but
and
I'm
now
back.
your beautiful smile has returned.
I'm back.
And
I'm back with the riders.
And you had a great Thanksgiving too.
Yep, it was awesome.
Amazing. So we are here to talk about a couple of things. The first thing that comes to mind, because I rode the bus downtown, was that I saw the Blue Line construction.
Yeah.
So can you give me the updates you wanted to share about the Blue Line?
Yeah, so Blue Line construction has officially started. I know there have been a lot of other construction related things happening along Washington Street for utility relocation, things like that. But the westbound actual Blue Line construction, as in IndyGo's construction, is starting today as of December 1st. And it's just a approximately 180 day closure of westbound lanes between Belmont and Harding. And so traffic is redirected up to Michigan Street. And you can learn more about the detours by going to indigo.net/blue. And also folks who actually live along the detour the construction route between Belmont and Harding have already been canvassed. They would have received essentially like paper flyers, door hangers a couple months ago to have some information about the construction. So for folks who are most directly impacted, they can refer to that sheet that they already received, or still indigo.net/blue.
Yeah, I rode the A bus out east towards Irvington yesterday, and the construction out there was looking wild. like in a good, it looks like there's so much. It's good to see progress, I think, in a lot of ways. And obviously I love riding the bus. That's why I'm here with you. And so knowing the vision for that, because is the Blue Line replacing the 8 line? How does that work?
Yeah, so just like Red Line at one point had replaced another line, and the Purple Line, which recently just launched last October, replaced the 39. And so Blue Line will replace the 8. Something to know about the 8 right now is it is a 15-minute frequency. However, that includes the fact that there is one bus that goes all the way out to the airport and one that only goes to the zoo. And so with the Blue Line, it will still have that 15-minute frequency, but it will go all the way to the airport every time.
Yeah. Anna, my wife, and I have already talked about how we no longer need family help or to pay for Uber because we can just ride to the airport. That is actually an active conversation in our household.
Yeah.
Or our friend, who I will not name, recently flew somewhere, and she was worried about having to pay for parking at the airport, and so she asked us to drive her, and we were at dinner and we were like, we cannot, you had to plan ahead. So now it's just bro, just get on the bus.
Yeah, get on the bus.
Yeah, please.
The 8 will take you to the airport now, so
That's true.
It's an option already, but the frequency will greatly improve.
Yeah, definitely. You can be as bad of a planner as I am, and you can ride the bus.
Yeah, exactly.
I do have a curse. Have I told you about my curse?
No.
Every time I'm walking to the Red Line stop in Broad Ripple, I watch the bus drive by. I actually texted you that this morning.
Yeah.
It's when I can see the bus stop, the bus goes by and then I miss it. So then I have to wait for the next one, which is never bad.
I am also a victim of unashamedly running to the bus stop. I am sprinting sometimes.
Does the bus driver stop for you?
Sometimes if they can, if I'm in an area, if I'm coming around a corner and it's they have to be able to see me. If they're seeing me and I'm able to wave them down and it's only a couple seconds, they'll wait for me.
You're please go.
Yeah. I think for the most part, drivers are they see me as a human. They're also a human. But sometimes if like where I'm trying to go is, I'm just a block away, but not facing the bus, there's no way they can see me. It doesn't matter how fast I run.
That's awesome. So I'm going to ask you about something, and then you're going to correct me and tell me what it actually is.
Okay.
Which is the CARES program on IndyGo Cares. There we go.
Yes.
We'll take it.
Okay. So IndyGo Cares, yes. So IndyGo Cares encompasses like essentially 3 different programs right now: music in transit, food in transit, and wellness in transit.
Mm-hmm.
Food in transit historically has only been during the summer in partnership with the Office of Public Health and Safety. When it first started, it was with Growing Places Indy, and this summer was with Kepra Institute to provide free local, locally grown fresh vegetables and food to riders. And we have a special edition, winter edition food in transit happening actually tomorrow, December 2nd. At the Transit Center in partnership with Second Helpings, which is huge.
Mm-hmm.
So we're able to, during the holiday season, provide families, and specifically families who ride the bus, with, essentially just staple grocery items. It is the type of food that you need access to a kitchen to be able to do something with. It's going to include vegetables, it's going to include fruit, it might include pretzels and other like staples like that. And so we're really excited to be able to do this one-time limited edition of food in transit this month, and not just in the winter.
Yeah. So when for food in transit, because I'm genuinely interested, can you tell me a little bit about like how often this occurs, where I can find them? Is it always at the transit center, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in the past, it was, I guess it always varied. I'll just speak to this year. This year, it was twice a month that ran through from May to September at the Transit Center at 4 p.m. And tomorrow, December 2nd, it was always on Tuesdays as well. So we're keeping that with this winter edition as well, where it's at 4 p.m. on a Tuesday. And so we're really catching folks when they're most likely to even be just transferring or being at the transit center as they're getting off from work, going home, getting out of school, whatever it might be. That's one of our busiest times at the transit center, is essentially between 3:30 to 6.
That makes sense. Cool. Is there anything else you wanted to share about that?
Just really appreciative to the Second Helpings for this partnership, and we're really excited, and we might have even some more news to share about the future of food in transit later on, so stay tuned.
Hopefully, well, never mind. I don't know what to say. Yeah, that sounds cool. Kayla, can you tell me a little bit about your role with IndyGo?
Yeah.
Because we met at the Big Gay Market at Monument Circle, and I begged you for one of the was it the
one of the pride shirts.
Was it the pride shirts? I didn't get it. Still on the docket of things to beg for. But can you tell me a little bit about your role with IndyGo and like who you are? You've even changed since I met you only a couple of months ago.
Yeah. I mean, my journey. You want me to tell you my journey to IndyGo?
I would eat that up.
So to explain who and what I do today, I think that is kind of essential to how I got here. So I started riding IndyGo actually in 2016. That was my first year I was eligible to vote. It was also the year that the referendum for what has now become VRT to fund it. And I worked on like canvassing for that referendum, and I worked the polls all day, standing outside and tell people to vote for transit. And just because it sounded cool, I was like, yeah, I want to be like the people in the movies, I want to be riding the train or something go fast. And then I just started taking regular local routes. That was also when the Julia Carson Transit Center opened. Before 2016, not every route ran every day. And that was a huge improvement to service for so many riders in 2016.
That's great. Like, I can't imagine what that's like as somebody. I mean, I ride the bus at least 4 times a week, probably. I can't imagine having to work assuming you work 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And your bus just doesn't run.
Exactly.
That sounds whack.
Exactly. So that was a huge improvement to service for folks. And something that also happened around that time was then when the referendum passed, ultimately they had to figure out, okay, so now that we have the ability to do this, let's, essentially what has become the red line, right? And during that time, I just was riding the bus. I thought the best way that I could support public transit was to put my money where my mouth was. And I didn't mind paying the $1.75 or $4 a day.
Yeah.
Typically, I actually only had $5. And so I was and I was like, you know what? It's okay, because IndyGo is a good public transit service. So it's okay.
This is certainly the best public transit service of any city I've lived in.
Wow.
Which there are a couple of. I've lived in 6 or 7 cities. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out IndyGo.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, Red Line opened. I actually lived right along the Red Line when it opened, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And then a couple years later, I learned about the Transit Ambassador Program, which is a program of folks who are bus riders who do outreach activities. It includes attending community events and tabling, like where I met you. Oftentimes, transit ambassadors will attend those type of community festivals and events and just share information about IndyGo, just be there to listen to folks about concerns they have or answer the questions about how to ride the bus. That's the biggest thing I want to be able to provide to people, is to be a resource to overcome the hurdles that prevent them from getting on the bus in the first place.
Yeah.
And so I ended up applying to that, and that would have been 2022, 2023. And then at the same time, a lot of stuff was going on in my personal life that made me think, what if I sold my car? Like, what if I just did that?
I had that. I was thinking about that the other. I texted my wife. I said, "What if I sold my car? What if I sold my car for and just bought 2 e-bikes?"
Yes.
And I was like, "What if?"
What if? And then I was like, okay, let's find out. What if? And ultimately, I was at a point in my life where financially it was like, having a car was starting to become a financial burden, and it felt like a necessary evil. And then I decided, maybe it's not necessary and it's just evil. And so I did. In 2023, I sold my car, and I used the cash to buy not an e-bike, but a regular kind of road bike. That was really nice, though. It could take me long hauls. At the time, I was commuting average 5 miles just to go into work. So easy 10 to 15 miles a day if I wasn't taking the bus. And so I just haven't owned a car since.
Yeah. What neighborhood do you live in now? If you don't
I
mind.
live now downtown. At the time when I sold
So
my
you got
car,
an easy commute.
yeah, now I have a very easy commute. When I sold my car, I was living off of 38th and Boulevard.
That's a haul.
So yeah, I mean, there's not much on 38th Street. So, or at least where I was living, it's there's a lot of homes and gas stations, but to get to my groceries or to get to work or really to do any fun activities, I really did have to commute in some way on the bus or via bike.
Yeah.
So then in 2024, so just last year, at the beginning of the year, the position for the person who oversaw the Transit Ambassador Program opened up. And at the time, I was actually considering leaving Indianapolis. And when the job opened up, I was like, this is kind of a dream job, I think. I think I had to stay in. I have to see this through.
It's also on the spectrum of things you're already doing in a lot of ways.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I was like, well, I am a transit. I know this program. I know what it's like. And I had a lot of ideas about how to improve it. And then I got the job. And so I started with IndyGo in May of 2024. And just a couple months ago, I recently got a promotion, which is cool. But more to me, it's a representation of the work I had already been doing to support riders. And so now my role is a ridership experience and outreach manager. So I really still focus on riders and outreach and a lot of the ways that people know me to have been doing in the last year. I still oversee and manage the Transit Ambassador Program, including training them and supporting them, answering their questions. They often do things like bus stop audits. They're reporting when things are going wrong on the bus, and they're helping identify those issues in real time so that way I can report it to the teams to correct them as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really awesome. I oversee the IndyGo Cares programming. And I do support with some of the travel trainings for like larger events, things like that, and also just anything community engagement related is essentially my role.
You're out here.
I'm out here. I'm on the bus.
I feel like I see you in a lot of places. So, I should know this because it affects me too. so on the 1st of January,
yes,
IndyGo is increasing the fares from $1.75 to $2.75.
Right.
But this is the first time in 20 years?
16.
16?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically 20. So, do you have anything specifically to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Okay.
Fare is going up
Mhm.
from $1.75 to $2.75. That's true for the 2-hour unlimited connections. For a day pass, is going from $4 to $6. And this is all in the context of full fare. There are many people who are eligible for half fare, including folks with disabilities, folks over 65, people under 19.
Yeah.
And for those folks, it's still half of the price. So for a day pass, it will be $3. For the 2-hour unlimited connection, $1.35. And there will no longer be a couple of the paper passes that a lot of folks use, like the 10-trip pass, the 31-day pass. And so you'll need to switch over to using MyKey. Looks like this. And what's nice about MyKey, it offers the same exact benefits as those paper passes, but even more because it never expires. And if you lose your MyKey card, as long as you have it registered, you're able to transfer money onto a new card. I mean, Michael,
I
literally
did it before we started the video.
And you saw how, I mean, you don't even have to do this at the transit center, but like even in the transit center, it was less than a minute almost, you know? And
yeah, the woman I don't know her name, but the woman at the stand was very helpful.
Yeah, they're all like the people who work at the customer service desk are really wonderful. And they're there really to help folks and to answer your questions, and make it really simple for you. She even taught you how to actually put it over yourself.
She did actually.
So
I felt like a dummy because I was like, why haven't I done this before now? So shout out to me. I've really expanded my bus horizons. Yesterday I recorded with Anderson York.
Yeah.
Or is it next stop that we're getting off?
3 stops.
Okay. Yesterday I recorded the podcast with Anderson York. So yesterday I rode the 8 going out west, which I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
I rode the 19 home for the first time. Also, shout out to the 19. I think that's maybe the best bus in the city.
Yeah.
I've learned. And then obviously the Red Line, which is my home.
Thank you.
My true home, the Red Line. What is your favorite bus?
Oh, the 25.
Why?
Easy.
Tell me.
I live right by it, and it tends to be the bus I end up on the most, even though I actually live by a couple of bus lines. Being downtown, I'm really fortunate and really, I mean, it makes everything a lot easier to be by so many bus lines. But something that is nice about the 25 is that it goes to Forage.
Oh, next stop.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
This one?
Oh, that's what I was saying. We'll pause. We can record on the side of the road. So there was a weird cut there because we had to get off the bus and then get back on the bus going the other direction. And we were talking about your favorite bus route, which takes you to Forage, which is why you said go to Forage.
Yes.
Are you allowed to promote specific businesses?
Oh. What I'll say is that I like the 25, and it does take you to Forage, and that is a fact. And I won't say anything else about it. Cut everything out the sweet miso corn latte.
I don't know if that's in there, but that's funny.
And it's the route that it ends up being the bus that I catch the most.
The 25, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other notable like spots along?
Oh, along 25?
Yeah.
Oh.
Other than it goes by your house?
Yeah, good question. Because I actually haven't taken it up like northwest much.
Okay.
Because I mostly take it to the transit center. Now the 37 and the 38, those have a lot of notable things. A lot of really good restaurants.
What's the 38?
The 38.
No, where does that go?
It goes up to 38th Street and it goes west along 38th Street. And so all those restaurants along there, the international grocery store, stuff like that, pretty cool. I like that one a lot. I do take it a lot to essentially like visit people or go to certain like MOTW coffee shop is over there, which is cool. Good place, good people.
Okay, yesterday I mentioned this earlier, but I discovered the 19, and it is everything I've ever wanted out of a bus, and I didn't realize it.
I can't believe you've never taken it before.
If Anderson York is listening to this, he also had that same sentiment. He was like, "You're such a nerd." He goes, "You're stuck on the one bus on the red line."
Yeah.
But first of all, the bus stop for the 19 is just as far from my house as the red line stop, so there's no difference in walking distance for me.
Yeah.
It goes through Butler, it goes along Broad Ripple Avenue, it goes down Keystone, it goes by Goldleaf on 46th Street, is that right? And then also it takes you directly to Mass Ave.
Yeah.
If you didn't know this, I, prior to yesterday, always got off on 9th Street on the red line and walked to Mass Ave. That's a 20-minute walk.
Wow.
I enjoy walking a lot, but now that I know I can take the 19
right there.
directly there, I feel a deep sense of shame. But I'm saved. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Purple Line is pretty cool. That has a lot of notable stops.
The Purple Line also goes out to a place I don't hang out, like towards Lawrence.
Yeah.
But does it go right by Fort Harrison?
Yeah.
If I take
There's even a stop.
I shouldn't maybe promote this on here, but if I take the Purple Line out to Fort Harrison, can I just walk in? Or are you just paying for parking?
If you go to Fort Harrison on the bus, it's a $1. It's like $1 or $2
to get in.
Walk in.
Yo.
It's cheaper.
Yo, the bus saves you so much money.
No, literally. Even with the cost of your fare and the cost of getting in, it's still cheaper than using your car, using your gas, and just at a baseline, it's cheaper than the price to get in for the day into the park.
This is just...
With a car. Yeah.
I just learned something new.
And it passes Tarkington Park, the Purple Line does, which is nice, along 38th and Meridian. And it passes a lot of businesses on 38th Street.
We did ride. I did it by accident before the state fair. I got on the Purple Line without paying attention, and I got off on the state. Okay, another crazy Michael moment. Blanked out, got on the Purple Line, rode it to the state fair because I was like, I'm on the wrong bus.
Oh, because, yeah, you actually need to go to Broad Ripple.
Walked to 42nd Street to get back on the red line.
Oh, you could have just taken
I could have walked back to college.
Just waited for the next Purple Line.
Street. Well, it's like one stop. Whatever. But I just walked north. It was actually, I think the best way to learn about your city is to walk.
Yes.
And so I learned, I like saw stuff that I'd never seen before.
Yeah.
Went to the part of the Monon that I'd never been to before. Although I have plans to do a lot with the Monon soon. But it's just like interesting to be like, oh yeah, like this part of town is like it, especially up where I live in Broad Ripple, like the way the styles of the houses change as you like move south is really interesting, and there's some really charming houses just around the state fair area that I really enjoyed seeing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was forced to walk.
Yeah,
by my
exactly.
Own mistake.
I mean, I feel that way about the bus, and that like there's so much that I feel like I see that I wouldn't have seen if I'd been driving, because I just like couldn't. I mean, you literally have to be focused on the cars in front of you and not the space around you. And I mean, look at this beautiful view, you know? I get it. I mean, especially when the leaves were falling and it was so beautiful. I mean, the trees, it was just like, I just loved looking out the window of the bus on my commutes, because it's like, I mean, it's just so beautiful.
I space out hard on the bus.
Right.
A lot of times, like I look and like see, I was telling somebody this yesterday, but talking about the potential I see when I see like a broken down building or like an empty lot. I go, oh, there's something so cool could go here. And it's like right on the bus line. I'm like, oh, imagine.
Something really cool could be here and all these people on the bus could get there.
Exactly. Yo, how do I get one of these shirts you're wearing?
IndyGo 50th anniversary
Because
edition.
we were talking about the Pride merch earlier, and I do like the Pride merch. That's my dream merch. But the 50-year anniversary is good, and then you're also doing winter merch too.
Yeah.
That I also really like.
Winter merch just dropped. you can go to indigo.net and find the information to get to like the foundation and to go to the shop. And you can buy Indigo swag. The rain jackets are actually still available. And there's a couple of summer items that are no longer available, but we do have winter merch. So we have like some sweaters, some Christmas sweaters. There's one that says, there's snow plays like Indigo. And it's like a globe, like a snow globe, but with the bus.
Yep.
And I've already requested that for Christmas from my family.
You're like, please buy me.
I literally sent the link and I said, size, this forest green, I'm telling them
no
this is exactly
additional
what I need.
notes. You just like, this is what
I want. There's another one. There's a really cool hoodie that shows like the route map, the system network for BRT. Or I think it shows the full system network.
That's pretty
cool. I want a hoodie.
Do ambassadors get special merch discount or access?
So sometimes employees, we do get like a limited time, like literally when our merch drops, we got a 15% discount for like a week. Transit ambassadors are responsible, just like employees, for buying any additional merch. Like the Indigo Foundation merch is separate than like regular Indigo attire. And all the proceeds do go straight back to the Indigo Foundation to be able to continue providing resources and access to the bus system in Indianapolis. The foundation offers those 50% off bus passes to 501c3s. And they also, to nonprofit partners, offer the free bus pass grant, being able to award free bus passes to organizations working directly with people who need access for their transportation needs. And so your proceeds go to them.
Okay, that makes sense. And that's not all the merch. There's two different types of merch? Or does all the merch go to that?
All the merch is Indigo Foundation. Yep.
Okay, cool. What was the other thing? What were we do you know about friends you meet on the bus? It's like the
people you meet on the bus?
Oh, people you meet on the bus. Thank you. I don't know why I don't know. I'm probably gonna submit to them, but it's like a local zine that's like highlights like people you meet on the bus or like stories about the bus, things like that.
Yeah, the connections that people make by using public
Marissa's
transportation.
another person I'm trying to be friends with.
She's awesome.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on them?
Yeah, People Me on the Bus is not associated or affiliated with Indigo in that way, but it is a really great community-based project to, gather stories of riders, which is really cool. And actually in the past, transit ambassadors have been included in the online version of Volume 1, which you can view online for free through Mirror Indy, which is really cool. We have a transit ambassador feature in there, and that's really exciting. And transit ambassadors are going to support with helping, collect some of those stories. I mean, transit ambassadors are people who do ride the bus and are meeting people on the bus all the time. So I think there's like some connection there.
Definitely.
And I think it's really great to collaborate with other folks who will support public transportation in a variety of ways. Just a little shaky on the bus.
It's always a little shaky on the bus, but that's okay. It's shaky in cars too.
That's true.
I don't really have anything else to talk about. Do you have anything else to talk about? Anything else on your mind, in your heart, on your docket, in your email?
Nothing else in my email.
In your texts?
But I guess I just still stand by my belief that the best way you can support public transportation is to take it yourself and put your money into our public transportation system. Fare revenue is just one part of what makes Indigo run. And by having folks who ride the bus, even just having the numbers of people on a bus, it greatly benefits our public transportation system and even the perception that people have of it. And one little tidbit, a fun tidbit I have, is that it only takes a couple of people on a bus to still be more energy efficient than a single person in a car.
I mean, that makes sense to me. Aren't the buses mostly electric? The BRT is.
The BRT right now, they're electric, and then we have a lot of hybrid, and then we do have some that are all diesel.
Yeah. So I think in a lot of cases it would be more efficient. And frankly, during the week, a lot of people ride the bus. When I come downtown, there's always like talk online that there's like no one rides the bus. It's like you clearly have never ridden.
You've never actually been on it. I mean, even right now, we're on a bus line that runs every 15 minutes, which means that there's a lot of people. That means that if there's even 3 people on this bus, then how many people were on the bus that came 15 minutes ago and 15 minutes after? But like right now, there's at least 6 people on this bus right now, and it seems like it's only like kind of the morning, like it's theoretically not a busy time, and there's actually a lot of people for middle of the day on a Monday. It's cold.
Yeah. And I'll also say, like, when Third Space Indy posts on Instagram, I'm normally posting like from my stop in Roderpool, which is the very first stop on going south.
Yeah.
So generally it looks like there's no one on the bus, but they're like,
it's the first stop.
It's the first stop. And like a lot of people get on basically like Center 38th and the one south of 38th. Like that's 30th, probably the 30th. Or 34th. I don't know. I don't ever pay attention to that stop, but that's where people get on. And like, that seems like, I don't know. It's obviously just like, it's easy to be like, no one rides the bus.
Yeah. I actually want
But I ride the bus.
I want to check to make sure I'm giving people the right website for the merch.
But if you are interested in, or I'm going to say this, shout out to myself. If you are interested in riding the bus, if you're bus curious. Or maybe like, bus hesitant, or any level of your relationship to the bus, reach out to me. I will gladly teach you not only how to ride, but also how, like, I'm only so knowledgeable, but like where I get on, where I get off. It's super easy. It's super chill. And is this a talking point you use? Like, even if you use even if you're uncomfortable, doesn't mean you're unsafe. Is that a thing you say?
Yeah, when I have done travel trainings in the past, a lot of one thing I want to address is safety, security. And what I really encourage people to think about in terms of that is there is a difference between being uncomfortable and being unsafe. And if you feel unsafe, genuinely, that is a time to immediately alert the bus driver of any situation. I personally have never felt unsafe on the bus. I've never had a situation where I urgently need to tell the bus driver anything.
Yeah.
And most people haven't as well. I do think that just like, for me as a woman, there are times I feel uncomfortable in the grocery store with the way someone is talking to me, in any public space. I am at risk of being uncomfortable.
Yes.
And that includes on the bus. And in those situations, mostly it's about making myself more comfortable, which means getting closer to the bus driver. If I need to, just giving them a heads up to make sure other people know, making eye contact with someone, sitting next to someone else. It feels really easy, and I honestly don't feel uncomfortable on the bus much.
Yeah.
And when I do, I know what to do. And mostly I just feel uncomfortable in terms of it is cold right now waiting for the bus sometimes, but if I'm waiting till the last minute to leave my house.
I will say I've had more, like, I think we hyper focus on negative interactions, but I've had so many positive interactions on the bus, just like random conversations, or as I mentioned earlier, like people you meet on the bus, like literally people I have met on the bus that I then see later, and then like I would consider them friends or close acquaintances.
Yeah.
And it's like that's real. Like and Will Hazen on my podcast said, like, for him the bus is his third space, or the third space for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And like that, I've experienced it firsthand just because of my frequency of riding. It's like I would not know these people or have experienced those things if not if I had driven places, because you cannot meet people while driving your car.
And the amount of times I've run into my friends on the bus is awesome. Yeah. I mean, even when I'm working, I'm running into my friends on the bus, which is so cool.
I actually see Marissa a lot because she lives like one or two stops down away from me.
And it's just so, like, it literally just brightens my mood to just unexpectedly run into someone I know, and it including people who I'm not even like super close with.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like, oh my God, like I would have never. I'm not going to go out of my way to see some certain people because we're not super close, but it is so nice just to be like, oh my God, what's up? I would love, like, what is going on in your life? And the couple minutes we have together. Actually, just recently, I was taking the 2 home from the East Campus, and I basically, the printer it was going slower than I wanted to, so I ended up missing my 4 o'clock bus and got on the 4:30 bus.
Yeah. And
I ran into someone I haven't seen in years, but he had a huge impact on my life as a kid.
Yeah.
And we were both part of this like youth leadership program, but he was older, so he was like just such an important mentor to me in a lot of ways. And we got to spend 45 minutes just talking and catching up on, you know, adulthood. And I would have never, like, I just can't imagine where else I would have run into him at, you know, like, except this, because our lives are so different, you know, but it's like, but this is the one place where we're the same. We both need a ride home.
Yes. Sorry. I was like, what did you say? Yeah. Amazing. Anyways, we are nearing the transit center. At least.
Oh, and the actual website for the merch is shop.indigofoundation.org.
Oh, okay. Shop.indigofoundation.org. Repeat. Oh, so we're nearing the transit center. So let's wrap it up. You're not someone to be found, but do you have anything to plug other than the merch?
Anything to plug? I can, well, for your holiday shopping needs. I
Always
just saw this recently. For your holiday shopping needs, you can take a couple of different routes. To go to the Speedway Supercenter, you can take line 10 and 25. To go to the Keystone Fashion Mall, 26 and 82. To go to the Greenwood Park Mall, you can go 29 and 31. And Cumberland, you can take 8, 10, 21, and 87.
Yo.
And of course, support your local shops along 10th Street with Route 10. Support your local shops along Washington Street with Route 8. And support your local shops along Mass Ave with, I mean, a lot of our routes really will take you downtown or close to it. But like you said, 19 will take you right to the Mass Ave area.
That's my bus. It is now.
And I mean, even right here at a super stop, look how many buses it serves. I mean,
oh my God, wait.
Like the 2, the 4, the 3, the 5, the 6, the 10, the
before.
15, the 19, 28, 34, 37, 38. That will take you right downtown.
Amazing. My challenge to you, if you are listening to this and you've listened all the way through and you've never taken the bus before, just one time this winter, take a bus, plan ahead, and let's say you're doing, actually that's a great opportunity. You go buy a present for your niece or nephew.
Yes.
Take the bus to do it. And get a MyKey. And if you need to know how to do it, reach out to me or reach out to Kayla through me.
Or you can do a travel training.
Or do a travel training with Molly Freeman.
How to ride, I think. How-to-ride. Like a travel training.
Molly Freeman's my goat. Shout out to Molly.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah, she's awesome.
So wonderful. Anyways, thank you so much for listening to this very special episode of Third Space Indy. We just sort of rode the bus out and back, just like I did with Anderson York yesterday.
Shout out to Third Space for sponsoring our IndyGo Now December edition.
Yeah, sponsored for free. Let's go with my voice.
Yes. I guess we sponsored your ride.
That's true. Anyways, thanks so much for listening. See you in the next one, and IndyGo forever. Peace.
Never said